we're back again with the lowdown of the wrestling world news um, show that we have the lowdown on, that we have opinions, we have speculation, and a lot to talk about this week. And I am here, and I'm with Richard again.
Going on,
Richard,
everyone?
yes, yes, we are here, and we are ready to talk some wrestling here.
Yep. So, what's going on with the wrestling world this week in news?
Yeah, the news. There's it seemed like there was a lot of news, but the real big buzz was Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar, everybody talking about he showed up in the UFC, pay per view at 226, and um, the champion, Daniel Cormier or DC, whatever you want to call him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he won both belts, I believe. I'm not sure. I didn't watch the pay per view, but I
Mm-hmm.
watched when Brock came out. So he was talking, and everybody, it's all over the sports center and all that. He was talking, and then he called out Brock Lesnar because he was in the crowd. Funny, he's like, "I want to fight Brock Lesnar. He's here," and you see Brock Lesnar walking out in his suit, and he's smiling too a little bit. But then
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar walks up and pushes him, and then Daniel pushes him back. I'm not sure, but then he gets
Yeah.
the mic from Joe Rogan, and then Brock cuts a promo himself. A lot of swear words.
Yeah.
But basically, he was trying to bury the whole division, saying, "Hey, you guys are old and blah blah blah," blankly black. And I think DC got a couple words in, like saying, like, "Oh yeah, I'll put you to sleep," and
Yeah.
they had to pull each other apart. And yeah, it was just a promo. So
Yeah. It pretty
it's
much seemed
there.
like a WWE segment.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, yeah. Whether it's a work shoot, obviously it was
Yeah.
like yeah, it's just interesting to get, UFC starting to kind of, well, they always have kind of embraced the character, but not as much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only reason you can hear about Conor McGregor and Ronda and all that, like they have like personality, and they obviously they're really yeah their personality and their showmanship and all that. Even Brock as well. Yeah, you gotta have
Yeah.
that character in the UFC, but
I think with like Connor and then Ronda, I think they talk more in the media and stuff, and
yeah,
that gets covered a lot, and that's why people recognize a lot of what they say because they are not afraid to speak their mind.
yeah,
And I think it's smart that UFC is starting to do that, whether it is like a work or it's a kind of like a work shoot.
oh
But I
yeah,
think it's just funny that the fans, the UFC fans, at least most of them I've seen online, they're like, "Oh, this is fake. This is dumb." I know it's fake. Like they have to point it out that it's a work, and then it's like, yeah, of course it is, but it's fun to see because it's kind of like with kayfabe, you don't
yeah,
know what's real and what's fake. It's kind of a mix,
yeah,
and I thought that was cool because it's like, oh, I'm kind of interested to see where this goes, because it's like for the casual and the hardcore fans, and it's good for their um their company, and I think it's good for marketing because it made a lot of news. A lot of people watched that. It got like millions of views on YouTube.
oh well, yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't even know that, but yeah, oh
yeah,
I believe it. Actually, I watched it. Yeah, just that small clip.
yeah,
you
exactly.
you're being both a wrestling and UFC fan, and oh yeah,
Yeah, I think it's good to get new fans in, and it just makes everybody more memorable and marketable. And I think it's a smart move by the UFC if that's what they're planning. But yeah, it was crazy. It really did seem like it was a WWE segment.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you can tell Dana White and Joe Rogan. Well, Joe Rogan's not the owner, but they were smiling and they're obviously, 'cause, it was a real thing. They would break it up right away. You can't
Yeah,
champion.
yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, they were smiling and laughing and they loved it, of course.
Oh yeah,
yeah, they're the one that yeah
yeah. It
yeah
definitely got eyes on the product, so that's good for them.
yeah yeah. And now in the wrestling world, yeah, wasn't that mean? So obviously Brock
Exactly.
he ain't gonna be at the pay per view coming up.
Yeah.
Rules. But at least the research I got, so he did the testing pool, or again, whatever
Hmm.
how they do that. I don't know how long it takes. But if he does test negative and all good, I guess the real fight can only happen next year, January, no matter what.
Yeah. Hmm.
And for us, well, Brock had that belt that we
Yeah.
all want. I don't know
So like, is he gonna keep
wrestling.
it or is he
Yeah,
gonna drop it at a SummerSlam?
yeah. Or you gonna sign another contract?
Yeah, we don't know yet, but I think I kind of heard that they're trying to make him seem like the bad guy by saying he did some stuff and he's like banned or something from WWE just so the
Oh,
fans can hate him, so they can cheer Roman. So when he when Brock comes back, Roman will win the title.
oh,
But I don't think it's gonna work. But that's what Vince thinks. I think that's what I
yeah,
heard
yeah,
anyway. I was like, okay, that's not gonna work.
yeah, yeah. Well, in my view, I mean, I love Brock, but yeah, if I don't know, from other people and stuff, if he's never around, then yeah, definitely can he can what we gonna do with that belt? He can do anything.
Yeah,
Really
I
come.
know
He's gonna make pay per view already, and I haven't seen him
exactly.
on Raw and like, well, yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, so yeah, I guess it's working if they want to kind of do it that way. Yeah, okay, I'm kind
Yeah,
of. But who knows?
yeah,
I mean, I could pop when I see Brock finally like, on a big room, and it might
yeah.
my
He
views
could show
might
up like
change. Like he's
randomly
back.
too on Raw or something. We'll see.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, trying to think. Well, I know the Mae Young Clash started and not started. As in they're announcing more and more wrestlers.
Mhm.
A lot of my oh actually okay so Caitlyn obviously a lot of people know her. She was
Mhm.
actually in the
Divas champion.
WWE, yeah, the US champion. Definitely, yeah, it was kind of when I was watching it much, but I definitely know, I remember her.
Mhm.
Actually now that I remember, another person I do know. Oh wait, I'm gonna the Japanese lady we were talking about last week, Shawaro or
Oh, Shirai.
yeah, she's in, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, she's in definitely in the Mae Young Classic already now. So
Mhm.
looks like
Wow.
we're going the same route. And then, are you familiar with the American Ninja TV show?
Oh, no, I know it, but I'm
Yeah.
not too familiar with anyone on there.
Oh yeah. There's this lady, uh, Cassie, Kathy Cassie or something like that, or
Mhm.
Kathy. Yeah. Yeah. I can't pronounce her name, but she's she's in too. She's been wrestling and training behind the scenes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Oh
think
yeah.
I heard about that. Wasn't that like a while back?
Oh yeah. It was a while. Yeah.
Oh wait, maybe there was a video I think WWE posted or someone
Yeah.
posted and it says like so and so from American Ninja Warrior
Yes.
just
Yes.
training, just but they didn't say anything about signing her or anything.
Shining.
They just said
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
was training, and I was like, oh, okay, well that's random.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, she's in now. She could be
Oh
in the
wow,
yeah. They're gonna give
that's
her.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, because Anna and I we watched the I think the year ago. 'Cause
Hmm.
we were watching kind of a fan of American Ninja, and she was on there. I guess she's the smallest one there. She's only like 5 foot, you know,
Yeah,
and
jeez,
even smaller than Alicia Bliss. But
wow.
yeah, but she was great in the thing. They had the obstacle course and all that. And she
Hmm.
went far. She went like, and she jumped the wall. And American Ninja people will probably know more. But yeah, but she was super athlete. So we're like, wow, this girl's crazy and she's good and she's small and then she kind of
Wow.
disappeared. Then she popped up like you said in WWE because she was
Yeah.
kind of interested. I was like, oh, she actually gonna do this. So
Hmm.
yeah, now yeah, she's in the Mae Young classes. So she's
Cool.
kind of a Ronda. Obviously, I can never wrestle before. She didn't wrestle
Hmm.
any. She's not like popular as Ronda, but she's
Hmm.
definitely athletic. So
Yeah, well,
uh,
that's good because you can only do so much in American Ninja Warrior. You can win like once or twice, and then
I know, like, yeah,
that's it. Like you can't go anywhere else. So I think that's probably a good transition,
yeah.
especially if she's small and was able to do a course that's really difficult.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She was the first to jump the wall. Oh yeah. I mean, so there you go. That's for WWE, more eyes now. Now they got
Yeah.
the American Ninja fans. So that's good. I mean,
Yeah. No, that's
yeah, I
pretty
don't know.
good. You got the MMA fans, and then now got people from all over.
Yeah,
So that's good.
yeah,
Can't wait to see. I think Shirai's probably gonna win the tournament
I
though.
know. Yeah,
She's really like I heard I haven't watched a few of her matches online, but I heard she's really good, if not like the best, one of the best wrestlers, or at least the best female wrestler. I think I said before. So
yeah,
yeah, that's what people say anyway. To like, and she's like a million times better than
mm,
like any Japanese wrestler that has debuted in WWE so far. Not to say that they're not good, but
yeah,
they say like she's really really good. So I'm expecting a lot.
yeah, yeah. And the Mae Classic this year, right? I think
Yeah, I think it got pushed to like way later this year. It wasn't. It's not coming up soon, right? Because they
yeah, not that soon. Yeah,
or was it 2019? Let me
yeah,
see.
that was 19. Yeah, we'll have to check
I thought
that.
it was like January or something. But
Yeah,
let
yeah, I
me
don't know.
see real
Oh, you're
quick.
looking it up. Okay, yeah, as you look it up,
Yeah.
I'll give you. And I guess other rumblings that were going on was another WrestleMania, and that's just two WrestleMania this year or next year or something. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. That's not really official news. That was rumbling, and then an all-female
Pay per view.
pay per view. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was a little rumbling too. Yeah, not an official from WWE itself. So I
Yeah.
thought those were kind of interesting.
Just real quick. I guess it wasn't announced yet. I thought I saw it say like 2019, but it just said look for updates. That was just a few days ago, like 3 days ago on WWE's website.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, two WrestleManias. I don't think they should do personally because
Yeah,
that's what makes it special. You know that there's only one. And I know there's only one like pay per view of everything, but they try to. I think it's just too much. I mean, it's already too much for one. You know, it starts at like 2 and ends at 9. You know, it's
yeah,
like it's almost yeah, it's like 7 hours of wrestling, and it's like man.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think it's too much. I mean, if they want to make another event like WrestleMania and call it something else, I think that'd be
yeah.
better.
Yeah, I think that's the more route I'm hearing, like the Greatest Royal Rumble,
Yeah,
trying to do
that's
something
just
like that.
weird.
Yeah.
Just took the name and then they just called it the Greatest Royal Rumble. There's probably more of the royal family that wanted the name because of Royal Rumble, you know,
Oh,
Royal. Yeah,
yeah,
but yeah, I mean, honestly, all the other pay per views, maybe they could just take one pay per view and make it bigger, you know, like
yeah,
SummerSlam, since
yeah,
it's like about halfway or something else. I don't know. It's just weird. So I
yeah,
like I think it's just too much oversaturation. You know, you already have like a lot of shows in one week, and you have a pay per view once a month. It used to be two times a month when the brands were split,
yeah,
like or it's still split, but you know, what I mean, with the brand pay per views like SmackDown pay per view, Raw pay per view, and it was a lot. So if they're gonna do like another 7 hour, 2 7 hour WrestleManias, it's gonna be crazy.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah. Nothing official, so it might kind of get squashed.
mhm.
But that's
Well, I would think the women's pay per view would be good once they build up their roster a little more, unless it's going to be a crossover from like NXT.
yeah,
Yeah, because they don't have that many. I mean, they could make it with all that they have, but they need to um build their card a little better. It's usually like you're either on the card or you're not with the women. You know, it's like you have
yeah,
your top three or maybe four, and the rest are just doing random stuff. They'll either be kind of part of the main story or they just not part of anything, you know.
yeah,
So if they make the women's roster mean more, you know, by making better stories and letting the women wrestle, like, you know, for instance, when was the last time Dana Brooke wrestled, or even
yeah,
how many times has she wrestled? And then other ones too. You know, like Mickey James. She's just kind of the sidekick right now for Alexa Bliss.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's like if she was in a story, that'd be great too. I mean, she can be part of the same story with Alexa, but have her own feud with someone else. You know.
right. Yeah,
Yeah, kind of like with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Sometimes they are doing stuff together, or they go their own ways and they have their feud. So
yeah, yeah. Oh, agreed.
yeah. So I mean, I'm all for it. I just think they need to make the women's roster stronger in terms of storyline.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We'll get into it when we get to SmackDown with that lumberjack. Like, they're like, oh, we're clearing out the women's roster, and then I was just like, whoa, never mind.
Yeah.
Got more girls than this, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
But,
agree with that.
yeah.
Uh, the next of this is the Rock having a new movie out, Skyscraper, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, and I'm not sure a lot of clickbait. Again, they said that I actually he's gonna come back in the ring, and he just gave a quick, yeah, it's fun to come back. I would love to. That's it. Obviously, they're gonna
Yeah.
do nothing, but the little
Exactly.
tidbit, he did announce officially him and the daughter, 16. I don't know her name, but she told him that she was interested in wrestling.
Mhm.
So that kind of made a little buzz, and I even saw a little bit clip of the Rock's mom. They asked her about it too, and she was she was happy about it. Like, yeah, if she wants to go in and wrestle like Dwayne and everybody, yeah, we're all Samoans, we'll all support that. So
Yeah.
yeah, obviously, yeah, nothing soon. Yeah, because
Mhm.
she's only 16. WWE probably have to give her a tryout and all that,
Exactly.
but yeah, yeah, it's a lot of second and third generation wrestlers
Yeah,
coming
it's
out.
crazy. You just
Yeah.
no, you don't really think about it sometimes. Like even though we see them like every week, like I think of Natalia, Charlotte,
Oh yeah.
Randy Orton. There's just
Randy Orton. Yeah.
a lot of people, even like Bray Wyatt and Bo
Bray
Dallas.
Wyatt. Uh huh.
Yeah,
Curtis Axel.
yeah, exactly. It's just like so many of them, but you don't really think about it.
Yeah, I got a text from a friend. He's not a wrestling fan, but he knows I am, so he teaches me. But he one time he just randomly put a picture of Bret Hart and Kurt Hennig. He
Yeah,
texted that to me just to show it to me because I guess maybe like his memories of WWE. I was like,
yeah,
oh yeah. And I'm like, well, Bret's old, and Kurt Hennig, he passed
yeah,
away. And he's like,
yeah,
really? And I was like, well, they have Brett Nietzsche wrestling right now, and so is Kurt Hennig son. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah.
yeah,
So the people that don't even watch wrestling, yeah,
yeah,
they don't know what's going on, but they're just like, oh yeah, there's a lot of wrestlers, but they're all from the family.
yeah,
Go, yeah. And then I think about myself, I was like, oh man, there are a lot of second and third generation.
yeah,
Yeah,
a
you can go
lot.
on and on. Like,
Yeah, a lot.
yeah, yeah, definitely. But yeah, well, let's get in. Do you want to talk about Raw?
Yeah, okay, we'll get into Raw, which is I believe it was July 9th. Yeah, July 9th at the I don't remember which arena, but it was in Boston.
Yeah, yeah, Boston, yeah,
Yeah, so it started off with a Roman Reigns promo, and he calls out Bobby Lashley, and
yes.
then just a quick note with Lashley, I think his theme they mixed it a little better because I know they added those like loud horns that you always hear in like every movie trailer or whatever,
Oh,
but they turned it down, and I think it sounds better, unless it's just the sound mixing on TV or something. I was like, okay, that's better because like the week before it was ridiculously loud. Like
oh,
that's all I heard was those loud like Inception horns. It was like, and I was like, what is that?
oh yeah, okay,
But so it sounded better. But anyways, what was it? I think I don't know if Lashley said anything or if Roman said anything, but Kurt Angle comes out right away with Constable Corbin
yeah,
and told them like, oh, you got to save it for Sunday. But then the two start fighting right away, punching each other. Then all of a sudden, the whole Raw locker room comes out, or actually just some of them, right? Like 10 people or 8 people. They come
yeah,
out and they try to hold both of them back. and then Lashley breaks free and starts punching Reigns. And then I guess the rest of the locker room comes out
Yes.
and they try to separate them, on two different corners of the ring. Then Lashley breaks free again, and then like just jumps on Reigns and starts punching him. And yeah, it was just kind of back and forth, getting held back and then breaking free and punching and whatever. But the crowd seemed pretty into it every time Lashley broke free and started
Yeah.
attacking Reigns. And it kind of spilled to the outside, and um, Reigns did a suicide dive,
Suicide dive. Yeah.
landed on everyone and took out the entire locker room,
Yeah.
or at
Yeah.
least most of them. I was like, "Jeez,"
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah. It
fell
was a good.
down.
Yeah. Like a good
But
movie. But yeah.
yeah, and they got just kind of separated, and Roman was heading up the ramp. I think his music hits, but then he
He
runs
goes
back
back.
down to the
Yeah.
ramp and starts beating up Lashley, and yeah, that was it after that. And then they hit like Lashley's music, and then they finally go their own ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
probably the biggest segment. It seems to happen when they try to build up like two really big stars. Like I remember they did that with Brock
Rock.
and Undertaker.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
Like
remember that one. That one was good.
yeah, and then it was I believe Brock and Roman too.
Roman. Yeah.
So yeah, they're just trying to build up the whole their egos are too big to fit in one ring. It's
Yeah.
like I don't know. They don't really. I mean, maybe Roman a little bit with saying like, "This is my yard," but Lashley, I guess it's like I know he says like, "Oh, I can be the guy," but that's like the only thing he said. I don't think that's really that egotistical, but that's how they're booking it. So
Yeah. 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 I mean, they're trying to yeah hype it up for the pay per view because
yeah,
it's not
I
really.
wish they would have done that maybe a week ago and then kind of do something crazier, but it just seems kind of rushed as it came out of
Yeah.
nowhere. They it was so slow in the beginning, kind of like, oh, I don't need to be on your team, and they wrestled the revival, and then the next
Oh
time it's
yeah.
like, I don't want
Yeah.
to be on your team again, and it's like the same thing. but
Yeah.
yeah, it was good. I just thought that
Oh,
they
it
could
was
have
good.
done it a little earlier, but well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We can say more in the predictions, but
Definitely. Definitely.
and then the next one was a match between Alexa Bliss and Mickey James versus Natalia and Nia Jax.
Yes.
I think that was a pretty quick
Pretty quick.
match, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly. Just kind of a real quick back and forth. It was really fast paced, and then let me see here. People were pretty invested in it. Like they were cheering
Yeah.
appropriately for whoever was, getting the hot tag, and cheering with the moves that the wrestlers were doing. So I thought it was pretty good. And the match it ended with Nia Jax doing a leg drop to, I believe, Mickey James.
Yes.
And then right after the match ended, Alexa Bliss immediately comes in and hits Nia with a kendo stick,
Yeah.
and just kept attacking her until Nia takes away the kendo stick. And then she tries to hit Alexa, and she barely escapes with Mickey James, and then they just run away.
And she broke it.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. She snapped it in half and like threw it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that match was pretty good. I wish it was a little longer, but maybe it's just because the commercial cut out a lot.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. Cause I know I saw a bunch of. I just remember Naya getting a lot of good offense, and the
Yeah.
crowd was into
No,
it.
she did. She got a lot of offense in, and like I said, the crowd was reacting to all the moves that she did, like cheering.
Yeah.
So, and even Natalia, when she tries to do the
Oh
sharpshooter, people
yeah.
were cheering for that. So I was like, oh, that's cool. At least because most people, when there's like a tag team or usually like a women's tag team, because there's no women's tag team division. Like most people don't seem to care because there's really nothing on the line.
Yeah.
But no, it was good. And then the next segment was a backstage segment with Kevin Owens and Kurt Angle.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, Kevin Owens complains about how he's treated by Braun Strowman and says he can't compete tonight because he has a doctor's note for what
Yeah,
happened to him the last show.
yeah,
And then for his safety, he stays in Kurt Angle's room,
yeah, yeah.
just
You
sits down in the chair
hang
and is like,
hang
I'm
out
just
there,
gonna hang out here. Yeah.
eating cookies or whatever you're doing, hanging out
Yeah.
the whole night. And he's all
Yeah.
smelly too over there. He's
Oh
spraying
yeah, that's what Kurt
aerosol or
Angle
something.
says. Like, what's that smell?
Yeah.
But no, and it was just like throughout the whole show, I don't know what they're trying to do with this, but it was Bailey and Sasha Banks with the counseling segments.
Oh
They
yeah.
just went back and forth, but the first segment, at least on Hulu, they showed like Bailey. All she pretty much said was like, "Oh, I don't like Sasha because she stabs everyone in the back," and that was it. And I don't even think the Dr. Shelby was in there. It
No,
was like
no
a
Wicked.
it was
No
like a
Wicked.
black person, black woman.
Yeah, the black
Yeah.
lady. She didn't say anything either. I don't, at least from what I saw.
Yeah, she was just like watching and listening, and that was it. And then throughout the show, they would say, "Oh, this is what's happening," or "This is what happened earlier today," and you would see them talking, but you would hear nothing. Like you don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
So I don't know where they're going with that.
I think Bailey. I think Bailey got more talking time from what
Yeah,
people were saying. But yeah, you didn't hear what Sasha was saying at all. But
no,
she didn't get the
it's sad.
mic
So
or anything.
I don't know what they're doing with that.
Well,
So,
it said that they were returning next week. Like their evaluation's done. Then they're coming back.
oh,
That's it. Yeah, it said at the end. It said, "Okay, you guys are done. Go back to Raw. Get your results." To Kurt Angle. So I guess that's
wow,
it.
that's weird.
Yeah, it is kind of wow. I don't
So
know.
yeah, I wonder why they trademarked Dr. Shelby, but then they don't even use him.
That's what I mean. Yeah, they had that to be continued. Then yeah, then you got this, and then now they're saying they're going back. So I don't know if they thought maybe they didn't want to do this no more, like the writers or whatever. Just like, let's forget this angle, and you call it
Yeah,
quits. Maybe,
yeah,
maybe for the best. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. Maybe they'll go back. I don't know. I don't think
Okay.
so, but
I don't know. I think Sasha and Bailey would rather be in the ring.
exactly. But no, the next thing after that was Seth Rollins promo,
Oh yeah.
and he
Or the
pretty
oh
much
did
what?
he go to the back first with Jinder? With that, did you see that one first?
Oh yeah, I saw that on YouTube where I only saw that he was trying to get him to meditate with Seth Rollins, and he just
Yeah,
like walked away, right?
yeah, yeah. I mean,
uh
he said Rollins started a minute, for a minute, just to kind of get them off their back.
huh.
Then he walked. Yeah, he walked away. Uh, and
Yeah.
yeah, like I thought that was kind of interesting. Give a little shout out to Jinder, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like that's gonna be his new gimmick or something. I don't know, cause he did that with Owens, where he's
Yeah,
like telling him to calm down before the Strowman match.
yeah,
Like, oh, you just need to calm down, and then yeah, he's like, it's not gonna work, and then he's like, okay, I'll do it.
yeah, yeah,
So we'll
yeah.
see.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. Go continue. Yeah. Then he comes
yeah,
in the ring. Yeah.
Rollins was just calling out Ziggler, and then Ziggler and McIntyre, they interrupt, and just pretty much the same thing. Like, oh, I should be the Intercontinental Champion, or oh, I'm the better one. But then Rollins gets McIntyre mad
Yeah. Yeah.
by
That was
saying
cool.
like he was probably doing stuff with sheep back in like his
Yeah.
country or whatever, and I was like, what? And then
Yeah. That
pretty
was
much
kind
says,
of weird.
oh, um, I'll have a match with you. I can beat you or whatever. And then I think that was it, right? No one came out, and Ziggler just held McIntyre back, like saying, "Oh no, it's not worth it. It's not worth it." So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Well. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The ship thing was weird. Well, again, was cool. Like I actually got to hear McIntyre talk in
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
promo. I didn't. 'Cause I'm not a fan of him, or I haven't been following. Him. But yeah. Yeah. He's good, man.
No, he's
He's
good.
going and going. Yeah. 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 That Scottish fire.
Yeah.
Accent, everything. Yeah. 'Cause
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I liked it. I popped for that. Like, oh yeah, he's talking and he's.
Yeah, I've seen it like his work in Impact, so I know he talks pretty well, speaks pretty well.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, then I think after that it goes back to Kevin Owens and Kurt Angle.
Oh yeah.
And then Kevin Owens just spraying the room with like air freshener.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Ziggler and McIntyre go in the room, and Kurt Angle says, "Oh yeah, you can fight Rollins, but um, if you don't win, then you'll be banned from the match at Extreme Rules." So
Right.
yeah, that was it for that. And then it was a performance by Elias. I don't know if you
Oh.
saw online, but I read this, I think, over the weekend or whenever he posted on Instagram. But apparently he's sponsored by Fender now.
Yes. Yeah, I
Yeah.
read that. Yeah. And he
I
said,
don't know what I don't know what guitar he had beforehand because I don't think I paid attention, or I don't know if it had like any brand on there, on the
yeah,
headstock.
that's true.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but it's I when I saw the Fender head, I was like, oh yeah, that's right, he's sponsored by Fender now.
Yeah, and he's got
So
an album that he's working
yeah,
on.
he's working on an
A
album too,
real
so
legit
that
one.
should
Like,
be interesting.
or yeah, or iTunes or whatever. Yeah, it could be a full blown. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah.
Like I didn't expect that being sponsored by Fender, but
I know. Yeah.
yeah, he got some decent heat for his song. Not as much as other cities, but the crowd did start chanting "You suck," so they were a little upset.
Yeah.
Then Constable Corbin
Yeah.
comes out, wants to do a performance with them,
Yeah.
like asking for Itsy Bitsy Spider.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he does like a terrible parody, like making fun of Finn Balor.
Valor. Yeah. Ishbishi. Yeah. Valor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like really off
Very
timing and
awful.
just
Yeah. Yeah.
probably could get heat too,
Oh
but
yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think it was kind of comical. Yeah.
yeah. And then Balor interrupts, and then they go into a match with Finn Balor, Bobby Roode, versus Constable Corbin
Constable.
and Elias.
Yeah.
But
Let me.
yeah, people were cheering for Balor and Roode. Same thing with the women's match. They were cheering for all the moves. Every time Balor and Roode got the upper hand, and they were invested in that match. And I thought it was okay. It was, I don't know why it just seemed a little slower. Maybe because Balor and Roode, I don't know. I don't know if they
Mm,
were ever worked. They worked with each other, I think, once, right? Like Survivor Series.
really? Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Oh, sure.
with like Triple H and all
Well,
that.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, um, yeah. So I don't know. It didn't, maybe because it was just kind of rushed. It didn't seem like they really had too much chemistry, but that's fine because they're not a tag team together. But
Yeah.
Corbin, he's the one that gets the win with the end of days to Bobby Roode.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I thought it was okay. It wasn't like terrible, but I don't know why I just didn't really get into it, just from what I
Yeah.
remember. Just
Yeah.
because
Me
I
too.
think because it was random too.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
Corbin and Elias all of a sudden, and then Rude and Balor out of nowhere, and it's like, why are they fighting these guys? So
Yeah.
yeah,
I remember the interview more with Renee.
yeah, exactly. Like right before that,
Yeah.
with it's like, oh, it's gonna be, and then she's like, glorious. It's like, no, we're gonna be
Victorious.
victorious or
Yeah.
whatever.
okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty much that was, yeah, a lot more memorable than the match,
Yeah. Yeah.
but no, it goes back to the backstage segment with Kevin Owens and Kurt Angle,
Yeah.
and Strowman enters the room,
Oh
and
yeah.
Kurt Angle announces that there will be a steel cage match between Strowman and Owens, but
Yeah.
yeah, Strowman was like, well, you really smell or whatever, and it's like, you reek of fear.
Yeah.
And sprays him in the face with the air freshener, and he like kind of chokes on it.
yeah.
Oh,
Kurt Angle is laughing in the background.
yeah, he's just laughing.
So he's
And
like, "Oh, you okay?" And then he's laughing.
yeah, He legit sounded like he was choking on it. I was like, oh man.
I know. Yeah, he did spray. I mean,
Yeah. But no, that was it for that segment. And then the last thing, at least on Hulu, was Rollins versus
yeah,
McIntyre.
yeah, yeah. That was
But
a great match. Yeah,
no, I thought that match was pretty good. I think it started slow in the beginning, but probably because same thing, it was a little longer than usual. So as you know, the match went on, like once it kind of reached halfway, then it started picking up. Like I think after the second suicide dive that Rollins does,
yeah,
and he does that move where he flips or kind of rolls off the back of the his opponent Rollins, and does the buckle bomb to McIntyre.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know when the last time he did that, because that's the move that got his knee all torn up,
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
because it was the roll and the landing, like when you know what I mean, when he
yeah. Oh
kind of
yeah,
flips over the opponent and
yeah.
lands. So he did it a little faster, because I remember last time there was actually a GIF image someone posted online when he did that to Roman like a
Oh
long time
yeah,
ago. He did it slowly, and Roman would actually hold his like leg to make sure he doesn't hurt himself. Like if you
yeah.
watch the move slowly. But no, it was nice to see him do the whole sequence of like flipping over and then picking McIntyre up and running across the whole ring and then doing the buckle bomb. So I was like, man, that's impressive, especially for his weight.
I
Um,
know. Yeah,
yeah, and then Ziggler tries to distract, and Rollins actually gets a stomp on Ziggler, but McIntyre then hits Rollins with the Claymore,
anymore.
and
Yep.
then that's it. He wins. McIntyre wins the match, so I guess he won't be banned.
Yeah, yeah. He'll be there.
Yeah, I thought it was funny that I think there's obviously gonna be more story to it, but like he was carrying Ziggler away.
Oh really?
I don't know if you saw that. He just kind of picked them up and she's like, "All right, time to get out of here." Like it was business, you know. So
yeah.
maybe there'll be more story, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah,
Yeah.
that was it for Raw. So
You were, okay.
yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Um. Okay, then moving on
Going on
to
to
SmackDown
SmackDown.
Live on July
Yeah.
10th. It was at Manchester, uh, New Hampshire.
Mhm.
Starts off with a Miz TV segment. And
Yeah.
obviously, in the beginning, Miz is trying to promote his new show, The Miz and Mrs.
Uh huh.
Then Daniel Bryan and Kane come out, and Bryan is about to punch Miz in the face, but
Yeah.
Kane prevents him from doing so. But for whatever reason, Miz mentions NSYNC,
Yeah.
the boy band,
And then
and then pretty
Kane.
much Kane was
Yeah.
like, "They will never reunite."
Yeah. You comment on it. You went, yeah.
Yeah. And then Miz says like, "Oh yeah, you guys will be able to win against the Bludgeon Brothers because you guys are such a great team, you know." And he plays a video package and pretty much mocks the Team
Yeah.
Hell No. You know, all the times that they fought each other and stabbed each other in the back. You know, and
Yeah.
then Brian pretty much says, "Oh, I know what you're trying to do. You know, you're trying to break us apart." And he insults Miz's ability to wrestle in the ring.
Yeah. 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 So he did.
Yeah,
They can get
and
mad.
then what was it? During the whole thing, Kane and Miz kind of stumble on a few words in their promo, because that was, I
Yeah.
think, the first big promo Kane has done in the ring, right, since his return.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know about. I mean, Miz obviously he's been around doing a lot of promos. So I don't know if he's just because he legitimately got mad when Brian said that. I think I forget what word he said when he stumbled over it, but they recovered from it well. It wasn't like a huge botch or
Yeah. It
anything,
wasn't
but
too
you can
noticeable.
tell they didn't mean to say like a certain thing. But no, Miz calls Brian a nostalgia act, and then Kane is just like, "Oh, don't do anything about it. Just let it go." But then
Yeah.
Kane grabs the Miz and he's about to choke slam him.
Yeah.
Then the Bludgeon Brothers come out, and before they can even walk to the ring, then Sanity's music hits.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? They didn't even walk out yet. They're not even done with their entrance. And then they both start attacking Team Hell No. And then the New Day comes out to help, and crowd gets pretty hyped for that. And that was pretty much it because there was just too many people in there just um, attacking New Day and Team Hell No. So the
Yeah,
officials had to come out and break it up because it was at the point where they were just stomping on them.
yeah.
And I don't think I caught it, but did Miz run away?
No, yeah, I didn't catch that either.
Or was he
Yeah,
wasn't in there? I don't
good
think. I
point.
was trying to
No,
look, but
yeah. No,
yeah.
yeah,
So
he wasn't in there at all. Yeah, he probably ran
no,
away.
like
Probably took off.
usual.
Yeah.
But
but
yeah, then that was it for that segment. But no, next one was AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. And before that
yeah,
match could start, Rusev comes out and pretty much just cuts the same promo saying, I'm going to take over the house that AJ Styles built and I'm going to be victorious at Extreme Rules. And
yeah,
obviously, like everywhere else, he gets a Rusev Day chance.
yeah,
And then, right when the match starts, Nakamura starts attacking Styles immediately, taking advantage of the distraction. Then Rusev joins in on the commentary.
commentary. Yep, yep, yeah.
Pretty good back and forth in the match, I thought, and I think more towards the end of the match, AJ Styles mocks Nakamura's "Come on" chant
Oh,
or
really?
taunt.
Yeah, I missed
Yeah,
that.
he's
Yeah,
just like "Come on," and I thought it was pretty funny. But then he does a phenomenal forearm to Nakamura on the outside of the ring. Then
yeah,
English tries to distract AJ, and then Nakamura goes to hit AJ, but accidentally does the Kinshasa to Aiden English
yeah, yeah,
because the Styles moved out of the way like at the last moment, and then right before Styles could perform the phenomenal forearm and the ring, Rusev interferes, and that was it. I
yeah.
think he just pulled him
Grab
off
his
the
leg.
apron, and then that was it. And then he just started beating down Styles, and then Jeff Hardy comes out, and then Paige then comes out and says, "Oh, there'll be a tag team with all four of you." So,
Yeah,
uh, yeah. Then there was just a tag team match with AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy versus Rusev and Nakamura. But it was, I don't know, it kind of seemed weird. Maybe because all the energy was already in the first match with
yeah,
AJ and Nakamura. So I don't know, I feel like the energy kind of died down by that point.
yeah, yeah.
But no, Rusev, he wins with a Machka kick to, I believe, Jeff Hardy.
Right.
And yeah, because obviously to make them both look strong because he can't pin AJ or whatever. So, but
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I don't really remember too much from that match because it was just so quick. You know, like I said, the energy kind of died down from the previous match. So,
yeah. I did like the commentary by Rusev.
oh yeah,
Really funny, man. He's like got that
he's really
time.
funny. Like they
Yeah,
should let him talk more. I
I
don't.
know. He's great.
I've seen a lot of stuff just like backstage videos or when he did
Yeah,
like the WrestleMania Access or whatever. Just some of the stuff he said was funny. Like I'm trying to remember what he said exactly. He was like, I'm Rusev from Rusev Day. It's like,
yeah,
what doesn't it make sense?
yeah, yeah. No, he was talking about he already told his mom that he won
Yeah,
already, and
yeah,
he don't have to worry. And yeah, it's just sounds so nat. Yeah, he's like a comedian. Like kind of reminds me of Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the day.
yeah,
He sounds like
yeah,
him too, but he's so
yeah.
natural at it. He's not stumbling
It's
over words.
exactly,
He like
and
believe exactly what
his
he's saying.
expressions too.
Yeah.
Like, I forget what it was when I think it was when he had a feud with like New Day, I believe, and they like stole his clothing or something. I don't know if you saw that. It was a while
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
And then they found his underwear or something and it said like Rusev Day on it or something.
Oh.
I forgot what it said, but when they pulled it out, like Rusev, it just his facial expression was just so funny, and how quickly he grabbed the underwear and just kind of hid it in his gear. But just the way he looked and the way he did it, I was just like, it was just so funny because it
Yeah,
looked legit, and he was just so natural at it.
I know.
But
Yeah.
no, they should let him do more of that, but I don't know why they don't let him. It's weird. Like he can speak well, like
Yes.
really really well. And some of the shows that I see him on, like the Ride Along show on the WWE
Oh
Network,
yeah, I saw some of
like
that actually. Yeah.
yeah, it's just really funny.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, hopefully they do get to, hopefully they do let him speak more, but we'll see.
Yeah.
The next segment was with James Ellsworth and Carmella
Oh yeah.
backstage, and then Ellsworth again. He's like struggling to do some push-ups, and then struggling to do just like 3 sit-ups,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then Ellsworth pretty much says like, "Oh yeah, don't worry, I can beat like any woman or whatever," and no one's ready for Ellsworth, and winks at Carmella, and then Carmella gets upset.
Yeah. He saw it upset.
Like,
Yeah.
never wink at me again. He's all like
Yeah.
threatening him and stuff. Then after that, it's the match, the lumberjack match with James Ellsworth versus Asuka.
Uh-huh.
Called it the Battle of the Sexes Part Two.
Part two. Yeah.
Yeah, when they like you said earlier, when they were introducing the women, it was like, man, it was not much in the
Not
locker
much.
room.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought
Yeah,
there were more, but there are. But because in our head we're thinking NXT and we're thinking,
yeah,
but when
Raw,
they kick Raw or when they kick SmackDown, yeah, I'm like, oh, yeah, yeah, not
exactly.
much.
But no, like it was immediate where Ellsworth tries to escape,
Yep, yeah,
but they would pretty much throw him back in, and then he try to escape again after being beaten up a little bit, and all the women start fighting each other, and he pretty much tries to run away
yep, yep.
while they're all fighting, and then Becky runs and catches him, and then Becky and Naomi
Carry him.
carried
Yep,
him back into the ring, and then um, they start fighting again. Everyone starts fighting again on the outside, and then Asuka dives on top of everyone, and they both go back into the ring, and Carmella hands Ellsworth for an object. I didn't know what it was at first, but it was kind of funny because the commentary, Corey Graves was like, "What is that, Banaka?
yeah,
The mouth spray,
yeah,
breath, yeah, breath spray or whatever." He just started laughing. I don't know what he was trying to say. He's like,
yeah,
"What is that for?" He just stopped talking. It was like laughing,
yeah, 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 yeah. I remember that. Yeah,
and then Ellsworth tries to use it on Asuka, but then I believe Asuka pushes or hits Ellsworth, and Ellsworth runs into Carmella, and she falls off the apron, and then Asuka puts on the Asuka lock, and Ellsworth taps out. But Carmella immediately attacks Asuka in the end, and then Ellsworth sprays whatever it is in Asuka's face. And then Carmella does a super kick to Asuka. And that was it.
yeah. I think people were saying that was hairspray.
Oh, okay.
Carmella had that hairdo kind of up. I don't know.
Okay.
Most people
Yeah, I
said,
didn't know
yeah.
what it was. It kind of looked like I don't know, like a baton almost, but
I
not,
know.
like a small baton. I was like, is that pepper spray,
Yeah,
or is that
some said that too. Yeah.
like, man, that'd be messed up. But yeah, that was it. I don't know. I thought the other match was better. It just ended badly, poorly, I should say. But
Yeah.
this one, I think it was just too much focus on all the women fighting on the outside. I wish it was just a little longer. I don't know why they just don't let them fight.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think they're still trying to. Yeah, I don't know. WWE with the gender matches,
yeah,
not really pushing it that much. Even though
yeah,
Ronda fought Triple H, but
yeah. Yeah, that's like the only one. I mean, they did that to Ellsworth all the time at like house shows, so I don't know why they don't want to show it on TV. Maybe too scared or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
But no, it goes to the backstage segment with James Ellsworth, Carmella, and Paige, and James Ellsworth was, he said it before. He was like, "Yeah, I know all you women want to kiss me, but you know, I forget what he says. Like, I don't have time or something." And now James Ellsworth is like, "Oh, I'll let you kiss me, Paige."
yeah,
He
yeah, yeah,
puckers up, and then Paige is like, "No, you're gonna be put in the shark cage
yeah,
during the Extreme Rules match." It's like, what?
yeah.
I have a feeling it's gonna be. I mean, we can talk about more later, but kind of like the Enzo, um, and Big Cass when they had their feud,
Yeah,
and um, what was it? Big Show,
big
I think,
show.
was
Yeah,
fighting
yeah,
Big Cass, and Enzo was in the shark cage like the whole time, but then got free,
yeah, yeah. He
and
was.
like nothing really happened of that. So it's like I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be the same thing, but we can talk more about that later in prediction.
Yeah, the
But
prediction. Yeah,
the next match was Sin Cara versus Andrade Cien Almas.
yeah.
And it's good to see Sin Cara back. I thought he was going to be out longer, but I guess it was just a small injury.
Okay. Yeah,
But no, I mean this match you can tell these two were super comfortable with each other and showed more of the lucha
yeah,
side of wrestling, and it was really good.
yeah.
Like
Well,
I liked it a lot. Like Sin Cara did that crazy sequence where after like um bouncing off of the ropes, he was like flipping around kind of like in circles and countered into arm drag, and just the way it looked, it was just so
yeah,
quick. Sin Cara was pretty big.
yeah,
So yeah, and then after that they go really fast, and he does it like another flip and goes around and does it like Hurricane Rana. And then
yeah.
after that, he does that suicide dive to the outside. And it was like, man, that was so much energy, you know?
I know. Yeah, yeah. The crowd was into it big time too.
Yeah, they were really into it. And then I just thought that the other Hurricane Karana he did where he jumped over the rope and tried to do it on the outside, it looked really dangerous. I thought
Yeah, that
I
was.
wasn't sure if it was a botch or it was just like barely caught him because it was such a dangerous move, but he barely got it on him on Almas.
Yeah,
And then I thought it was crazy that Almas did the stomp on the apron. I think I've
yeah,
seen it before, but that looked crazy. And he does his signature double knees to the corner, and then yeah, that's how he won.
yeah,
Almas. But no, I really liked that match. It was really good. I mean, I didn't know what to expect because they didn't really hype up this match at all because it was just kind of out of nowhere because like, oh, Sin Cara is gone, and try to put another video package for Cien Almas, and I was like, really? They're just
yeah,
resetting him again, and then this came back out of nowhere, and it's like, oh, okay, well, that's cool.
yeah,
So that was pretty good. Like I think that made Almas look really good. I mean, I
yeah,
know he's good, but yeah, that was Sin Cara really brought out a lot in him for SmackDown so far, and I think he's off to a good start.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you mentioned we'll talk about it. I guess they will be on the pay per view.
yeah, it was just announced
They got
like
added. Yeah.
like a couple, not a couple hours ago, like yesterday. Um, but no, the last match was a
Uh,
10-man tag team
yeah.
match. Team Hell No and the New Day versus Sanity and the Bludgeon Brothers. Match, I forget if it didn't start or right when it started, everyone just started attacking each other, and all the heels kind of get out of the ring, and the New Day and Team Hell No just stand in the ring and trying to get the crowd hyped, and everyone was just chanting yes, which I thought was pretty cool. People were actually into it. The crowd seemed really into everything that night, which was good because
Yeah.
sometimes the energy dies down and they're just like, we don't care anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially
Yeah.
for a 10. Yeah, especially for a 10 man.
Yeah, because you see those like every now too often where they just try to stick everyone in one match because it's the show. It's too long, not long enough for SmackDown.
yeah.
But no. when I think it was just like Xavier Woods pretty much getting beaten down for most of the beginning, but right when Daniel Bryan gets the hot tag, crowd just like goes crazy, and then Bryan just takes out everyone and performs the yes kicks to I believe Eric Young.
Eric Young. Yep.
Yeah, then everyone starts to come in one by one, doing their signature moves or their finishers, and then after that, I think Alexander Wolf tries to attack Bryan, but Bryan goes into the yes lock.
Yeah.
But I forget what happens after that. I think Kofi Kingston he did a dive over the rope and hit Luke Harper, which
Oh really?
if I
Yeah.
remember correctly, it was crazy that how far he dove. But than Big E with his. It always scares me when Big E does his like. I don't know if it's a suicide dive or it's a spear, but you know how he like. It's like he does a suicide dive, but it's a spear because he
Yeah.
hits someone on the apron and just goes through the ropes, and it's always
Yeah.
scary
That's
because
crazy. Yeah. Me
that
too.
landing always looks tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he does that to I believe Killian Dane,
Okay.
and then Brian hits Alexander Wolf with the running knee,
Yeah.
and he gets the pin and wins for Team Hell No and New Day.
Oh no, I thought it was Eric Young who got kicked.
Was it Eric Young?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, the
okay,
younger, the smaller, the shorter guy with the.
yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess I wrote down the wrong name then.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know
It was
much about
just,
Kennedy. I just know Eric Young. Is he
oh,
like the
okay.
leader? Is he the leader of Kennedy? He seems like he should be.
I don't know. Like I didn't see too many promos with them on NXT because they just kind of take turns,
Oh
talking. So
okay.
I didn't know who was the leader really, but
Yeah.
because they all
Yeah.
talk, and I believe, maybe more so Killian Dane and Eric
Oh okay.
Young. I don't think Alexander Wolf talks much, at least to my memory.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just so fast. I was
Yeah.
just
Oh no.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, does Daniel Bryan have a name for that move? Do you know?
No.
They just the running
The
knee.
running knee. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
The running knee. Yeah.
okay. Because the commentary sometimes they don't say anything like Seth Rollins and his move. They're just like, oh, he put the stomp.
Yeah.
He just did
Yeah.
the stomp. But when
Stop.
he was
Yeah.
trying to do the ripcord knee before, he would say, oh, knee. And that's it. And it's like,
Yeah.
is it called something or is it just called knee? It's like, I'm pretty sure it's a ripcord knee. And then now they say that. But, like, I don't know why they don't keep certain names or they don't say certain names. But, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but no, at the end, Kane starts doing the yes chants when Brian stops him and says, "Oh, watch this," and tries to do the pyro thing that Kane does when he puts down his arms and the pyro goes up and
Yeah.
does it like a couple times. And it's like, well, I'm thinking to myself, what's gonna happen? I was like, oh, that'd be cool if there was fire. I don't think there will be, and I think it was like the third or fourth time he does it, then the pyro goes off.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's cool, because they never do pyro anymore. I mean, that's a whole nother discussion, but I think it's just to save money or whatever. But
Yeah.
it's really interesting. I wonder why they did that.
Oh, because like earlier, they were New Day and Team Hell No. They were talking in that little boiler room on
Uh
the
huh.
segment. They were uh,
Hmm.
they were talking, and Kane was like, "Oh, like open up the gates of hell or whatever." And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, no, that's what I think. That's what Brian was saying at the end of the match. He's like, "Hey, look at this! I can open up the gates." And then
Oh
Kane
yeah,
was
but I
like,
thought they were just gonna use like sound and change the lights because you know how they took away all the pyro. You know what I
"Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah,
AJ Styles used to have pyro, and
yeah, yeah,
Sheamus and Cesaro with their theme song with that little explosion in between. Like everyone used to have pyro, and it's like,
yeah."
why did they bring back the pyro just for that one
Before,
segment?
yeah, Daniel
I
Bryan.
thought they were just gonna do something cheesy, like I don't know, like when they used. I don't know if you've seen it with the feud with Bray Wyatt and Undertaker, where he's like, I'm gonna take the soul of Kane and the Undertaker, and
All
then
right.
when he does like
No, I
that
see that.
move, like all like only you can only see it on TV, where you just see like they added like fake lightning that would hit the ring posts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was just it looked bad. I was like, I thought they were
Wow.
gonna do something like that, you know,
Yeah.
like just
Wow.
add
Yeah.
like some special effect on TV of fire or something.
Yeah.
Well, so that's why I was surprised because like the last time they did pyro was WrestleMania, and then the last time before that was the last WrestleMania, I think,
Yeah.
or because they stopped like randomly, like right after Money in the Bank,
Oh yeah.
2016 or seven,
Yeah.
yes, 16,
Yeah.
and I was like, where's all the pyro? But yeah, so I thought that was interesting. Um, but yeah, going to 205 Live, I was just thinking actually, I don't know if you remember Neville's pyro. It was just like an explosion,
I think so. Yeah.
and there would be no warning. So when it comes out, it's just this loud explosion. Then his music hits. I thought it was the funniest thing because people in the crowd would get so scared because they weren't expecting. They never expect them to come
Oh, I
out.
bet. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just see everyone flinch in the crowd.
Yeah.
It just like I said, there's no warning. It just boom, and it just goes
Yeah.
into a song. And there's actually this GIF image online too of TJP, the first cruiserweight champion. Well, not the first, but the first since they brought back the division.
Uh-huh.
he's walking backwards or whatever, and then Neville's the pyro hits, and he like jumps. He gets so scared.
Oh, I want to see that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send it to you after this. But yeah, like I don't know why I took away the pyro, but I thought that really made Neville's character like um so much better because
Yeah.
it scared everyone. Right when it came out, you're like, oh gosh.
I know. Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. That was pretty cool that they brought back the pyro for that moment. That it made it special. So
Yeah, she did. She did.
yeah, but that was the end of the show. What were you gonna say?
Okay. Yeah. I think I wanted to mention. Yeah, Samoa Joe. He was on. Kind of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was. Even last week I forgot to mention too. Like they had a backstage segment with Samoa Joe and Ty Dillinger, but it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't on the show though, obviously, because but it was
Oh
on the YouTube. It was weird, and
yeah.
our Truth was there. So it
Oh
was
yeah.
like, yeah, yeah, he can basically. So yeah, last week, yeah, I forgot to
Mm-hmm.
mention because obviously WWE didn't really. I think it's important either, but it was on a yeah, it was on a network, so or the YouTube network. So
Uh huh.
basically, so our shoot comes out, or our shoot talking to Ty Dillinger just randomly, and
Uh
then
huh.
our shoot starts talking about aliens or something, and Ty Dillinger like, what, are you crazy or what? And then Archer's like, what do you mean? I was being weird. And then Small Joe walks by, and
Uh huh.
Archer's like, hey, Small Joe, this guy believes in aliens. And Tyler's like, what, me? No, no, we're not talking about that. And then, Small Joe just looks at him, and oh, Archer goes, hey, he also said that he can take you on. And
What?
Small Joe's like, what? And then Tyler Jr. looks so scared, and then all he can say was, you want to settle in the ring? And then
Mm-hmm.
Small Joe walks away. But this week they showed the not the match, but it was on SmackDown Live. It was before, obviously because before the recording, because they didn't even have music. They had music, but it showed more like someone else like filming it. So it's you know what I mean. It's not like
Yeah.
part of the show. So
Huh.
basically, Ty Dillinger comes out, and then Mojo attacks him from behind before
Mm,
and that's
I
it.
see.
But it wasn't even like part of the show. That's why you didn't have it in your notes, unless you would have found it.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
it was like in the
that is weird.
yeah, the audio was like someone in the crowd. Like when Ty Dillinger came out,
Oh, okay.
you know what I mean? I don't
Like
know to do that sometimes or
like a
what, but
dark, yeah, like a dark. I
yeah,
don't know what they
yeah,
call
it's a
dark
dark match.
segment. Yeah.
So
Yeah, they did that once when I actually went to I forget what show. I believe it was SmackDown, I believe, or maybe it was I forget, but it was a actual TV like live TV show, and then um, Nikki Bella came out with her Dancing with the Stars partner and
oh
was pretty much saying, "Yeah, vote for us," but that wasn't on the show.
yeah, yeah,
But we
okay,
saw it live, and it's like, "What? Why is she here?" And then just pretty much try to say tell people to vote. It's like, oh,
yeah,
so
yeah,
maybe it was something like that, but that's actually part of a story, so I
yeah.
don't
This
know
is part of
why.
a match. Yeah,
Yeah.
So
That's strange.
yeah, yeah, they kind of strange. I don't know. It was just yeah, I don't know. I've never seen that before, especially with someone like Samoa Joe. Why they would give
Mhm.
him that kind of segment
Yeah,
that you have to find yourself because it's
that is weird. But yeah,
okay. Yeah,
I didn't know that. I think I saw the video on YouTube. I didn't think it was like anything big because it, like you said, it didn't look like an official video.
yeah.
It looked like a fan thing, and I was just like, oh, maybe it was old or I don't
Oh
know.
no, yeah, it was leading on from last weekend. Yeah,
Okay,
cause I was
okay.
thinking, okay, you know, they're gonna give Ty a feud next week, and he
Mm-hmm.
kind of did, but it was not even televised. So I was like, what was that other segment about? Yeah, 'cause that one was
Yeah.
live, or that one was taped and everything. You know, good quality. You know, with our truth. Yeah, they were all talking like it was just a real segment.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought it was gonna carry on, but well, it's over now. I guess I don't know. They didn't do nothing. He came out. Samoa Joe attacked him from behind, and that's it. The clip was over. Basically, the
Jeez.
match was over. It wasn't even a match, but
Yeah, just a segment.
yeah.
Man.
Hmm. But anyway, yeah.
No, that's strange. But no, other than that, I think that was it for SmackDown.
SmackDown. Okay.
Then 205 Live. The only two big things I think from that show was a segment with Leo Rush versus Colin Delaney, which I don't know if he comes back and forth or if he's part of the company or something. But I think this is like the third or fourth time he's performed, but he's not part of the roster. He's just a jobber, I believe.
Hmm.
And no, Akira Tozawa comes out to watch the match, just kind of like how Leo Rush did the same thing the week before.
Uh huh.
And then what was it? Leo Rush offers Tozawa a chair, like gives him a steel chair, and is like, "Here, sit down."
Oh yeah,
And then
yeah.
Tozawa just
I heard
kicks
about
it.
that. Yeah.
But yeah, I thought he was gonna get pinned, Leo Rush, right when he gets back in the ring. I was like, oh man, that would have been crazy if he lost. But no, he pretty much gets the he hits the final hour. I believe that's his finisher, just a top rope frog splash, and
Oh
then
okay.
wins. Yeah, so Leo Rush won the match, and what was it? Tozawa stood on the table like Rush did last week, and he was kind of getting some what chants. I don't know why. It was kind of weird.
Huh.
The
Yeah.
crowd was going like, "What?" But then they started cheering him when he was like messing around with Leo Rush,
Yeah.
like saying, "Oh yeah, here's the mic," and then he like pulls it away from him before he can grab it. And he tries to give it to him again. He's like, "No, no, I'll give it to you. Don't worry." And then right when he hands it to him, he just drops it on the floor. And then like it was kind of cool because like Leo Rush, like at first he was all smiling, and then the second time he legitimately looked mad, like, dude, stop messing with me, and then kind of broke out of that and went back to smiling, like, okay, okay, I see how this is.
yeah.
So yeah, then Drake Maverick comes out and just sets up a match between the two next week, or yeah, this
Yeah.
upcoming Tuesday. But yeah, I'm excited for that match because both wrestlers are good. Both of them I
Okay.
really enjoyed Tozawa's feuds, and Leo Rush
Yes.
so far seems good. So hopefully it's a good match. If not, I hope the feud does stay around for a while because they both have very similar styles in terms of speed, but they're
Uh
both
huh.
very different. So should be
Oh, okay.
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to look for that one too.
Yeah. And then the last match was Cedric Alexander versus Hideo Itami for the Cruiserweight Championship.
Yeah.
Um I didn't really I don't know, I didn't like the match too much. It wasn't terrible, but it just seemed like they didn't really gel. Like they're both doing really cool stuff, but it was just oddly paced in my opinion. Because Cedric Alexander, I like a lot of his stuff. And then Hideo, I liked a lot of his stuff in NXT, but in 205, I haven't really liked too much of what he does. But I don't know why that is, because he does the same moves. I think it's just paced slower, or just like I said, differently.
Uh huh.
But no, the crowd actually they were into it. With they didn't really cheer Alexander when he came out, but when he was doing all the moves, they were cheering him. But
Yeah, yeah.
there was a move that Cedric Alexander did. He did like a somersault senton over the top rope, and man, he lands so hard. It looked terrible.
Oh man,
Like,
yeah,
he just flipped over the top rope onto the, concrete and just like boom, you can just hear it. I was like, man, that looked awful. But
yeah,
no, towards the end of the match, Tommy tries to cheat by trying to take off the bottom turnbuckle pad, and the ref catches him. And then I think it moves onto the outside, and he does a basement drop kick to Alexander into the steel steps, and I thought that was pretty cool because I don't think I've seen that done in 205.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like Cedric Alexander was sitting against the steel stairs,
Hmm.
and yeah, Tommy just runs up and just kicks him into it, and I was like, oh man, it seemed pretty cool, like brutal, but he just picked him up, and I thought that was going to be the end of the match because it was pretty close to the 10 count because he was
Right.
trying to get him in because he was selling like, oh, he's knocked out cold,
Yeah.
and then Tommy starts to get some momentum trying to do his finisher, but then Cedric counters into his finisher, which is the lumbar check, and then pins him, and then yeah, Cedric Alexander retains his title.
Yeah. Yeah. He retained. Did uh Tommy Hideo they didn't have the belt before? Or was that a different guy?
No, no, that was a Tozawa.
Yeah,
Tozawa
yeah.
had the belt.
The one with that he was in the Title Worldwide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you
Yeah.
did you hear why he got it?
Uh, what? Then he get injured and then he kind of
No,
rehab.
because Vince was bored one
Oh.
day, and he was
Oh.
like,
Okay. The real.
"I'm gonna
Yeah.
put the title on someone else," and then because he doesn't do anything for 205 as far as I know. Vince doesn't do anything, and
Oh.
he
Okay.
and he was bored. And he's like, "I just want to give someone else the title," and it took it off Neville, and then Tozawa was only champ for like 3 days
The
or
three
two
days.
days.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
remember that. That's what I mean. Oh, I didn't know
so
that.
yeah, that was it because Vince was bored. That's literally what people
Wow.
found out. He's like, I want something to do. Give him the title. I don't care. And it's like, what? So I
I
was
mean,
like, really? Because I thought I was like, oh, this is cool. He's champion, and then he loses the
they do it
championship.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was because of Vince.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I remember. Actually, it's like, oh, they're pushing him, and then yeah.
So it makes sense because it's like, why did they do that?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, at least that's what people said. I don't know if it's true, but it does sound like something Vince
Coming
would
back
do.
with do. Yeah, he can do. Oh, that's funny.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
But
Yeah. I thought he was the same guy. That's all. But no, I do remember. Yeah.
yeah. But no, that was it for 205. Can move on to
Yeah.
NXT, which is
Yeah.
July 11th. It started off with Adam Cole versus Danny Burch for the North American Championship.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I thought it kind of start off a little slow, but it was pretty good after I believe Danny Burch gained some momentum and started fighting back, but it wasn't enough because Adam Cole performs the last shot and goes for the pin, and he retains the championship.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
thought it was okay. I don't think they built it up too much because it was like last week. It's like, oh yeah, put your title on the line. He's like, all right, like
Yeah.
we don't know who you're messing with, but after that match, it was Vanessa Bourne versus Kyrie Sane,
Yeah.
and crowd seemed pretty hyped for Kyrie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's this move where she was being pushed against the middle rope, and then Kyrie hits the camera.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yeah, because the
Okay. I
cameraman
didn't
was
watch
too
that.
close, like right in her face, and it was just like she bumped into it. You could hear it.
Oh,
I was like, oh man, why what's up with the cameras lately, like bumping into wrestlers and stuff. But
yeah.
um, no, Vanessa Bourne was getting some decent heat from the crowd. I forget what she said exactly, but I think she said something like "cheer for me" or something, and everyone was booing her. But no, I don't know the technical term of the move that Kyrie did, but it was kind of like a Boston Crab, but not. Like I don't know if it's called the anchor. I think that's what the commentary said, where it's almost like the sharpshooter mixed in with the Boston Crab
yeah.
because she crosses the legs and then like sitting like the position in the Boston Crab and just pulls the legs back and it looked pretty brutal. But no, that's how she won the
Yep.
match, and
Yeah.
Vanessa Bourne tapped out. But yeah, it was pretty good. It was nice seeing Kyrie again because I think it's been a while. So
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, this NXT seemed really short because I think the last match was Undisputed versus Mustache Mountain,
Mustache Man. Yep. For the
and
title.
then oh my gosh, did you watch that match?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The
I
crowd, the crowd chanting for both teams. They were doing it for like 10 minutes.
I know they were.
It
Yeah.
was
They were hot.
crazy.
Yeah. They were
It
getting
was
hot.
it
Yeah.
was
It was good.
nonstop, and yeah, then Mustache Mountain they started out very strong, and like I said, the crowd just kept going back and forth, and then I think Undisputed started getting momentum after they I forget which one did they threw Trent Seven into the steel steps.
Yeah.
And then I believe it was Roderick Strong that tries to take off the knee brace off of Trent Seven. I believe it was like his left leg or something. And
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
at this
Uh,
point, the crowd was still chanting for them.
yeah.
And I think this is kind of when I figured out, I think I know who's gonna win. When
Yeah.
Trent Seven started getting beaten up like a lot, like his leg, they're
Yeah.
working the leg, and
Yeah. They were
then
in the leg, and
yeah, it
well,
was
he didn't
one
want to get
point.
tagged in, huh? He was like,
Yeah, that was more towards the end. I think first it was Tyler Bate that was in the match, and I thought it was crazy how he was swinging Kyle O'Reilly while he had Roderick Strong on his shoulders.
"Oh
He was
yeah,
doing that spin like just a swing. I don't know what it's called, but kind of like what Cesaro does. But
yes, yes,
he had Strong on his shoulders, and I
yeah,
was like, man, that's crazy. That must be very difficult to
yeah,
do.
oh yeah." Tyler Bate,
Yeah, Tyler Bate.
yeah, he got some big legs. Yeah, yeah, he,
Yeah,
I mean,
and then
he's strong. Yeah,
Trent Seven, when he gets tagged in, yeah, they worked on his legs even or his leg even more, and I think at one point before he got tagged in, there was like a trainer or something that was trying to like make sure his leg's okay and massage it or whatever, and then yeah, for pretty much the rest of the match, um Kyle O'Reilly put him into the I forget what move it is, but he put him into a submission hold, just working on the leg, and he couldn't reach his partner, and there was a long moment where Tyler Bate was trying to decide if he wanted to throw in the towel or not, and I
yeah,
really didn't know what was going to happen. I was like, oh, is it actually going to happen? Yeah, does anyone actually throw in the towel, for a
yeah. I
wrestling
know.
match? I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
didn't know.
I don't think I've ever seen it before, but no. And after a long while, Tyler Bate decides to throw in the towel, and then Undisputed wins the tag team titles again.
Yep, yep.
That was crazy. No, I really liked the match. Even though I felt like I knew that Undisputed was going to win, it was still a little bit of doubt. Like, well, something could happen, and then it was done pretty well, really well, actually.
Yeah, yeah. They did. Yeah, all the way to the end. Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, that was a really good match. So um, no, that was it for this week. So
yeah. In the undisputed era, they got all the belts and all the gold. I like that shot at the end. Yeah, and
the only thing they don't have is the NXT Championship.
yeah, yeah. They don't have. Yeah, But I mean, each member had a gold, right? Even that guy had the trophy.
Oh yeah, that's right, the trophy. I
Yeah,
think from the Dusty Rhodes
yeah,
tournament or whatever. And I was like,
yeah,
I thought the trophy was bigger. I was like, why is this a small trophy?
yeah, yeah. But
I was
yeah,
pretty
sure.
sure the trophy was kind of
Okay.
big at
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah,
like big as the Andre the Giant like trophy, but it's just this
yeah,
little like trophy. It looks like they bought at a
yeah,
store or something.
yeah. They probably just wanted to had that visual, everybody having gold. And like, hey, yeah, you got that trophy, right?
Yeah,
No. So we'll just go get one. Go get a small one.
yeah. Probably because it's heavy to carry too.
Oh, that's I know.
But
But yeah, yeah, they got not all the belts, but yeah, they look cool. I mean, obviously, yeah, they're like top heelish kind of
mhm.
heel. I don't know. They're starting to grow on me.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about. I do now a little
Oh
bit.
no, like when they first started, I didn't really like them because just the way they were booked. Because
Uh
they
huh.
weren't really wrestling much. They just kept interrupting matches and running away. Because I know that's what they were trying to set up, but it was just kind of like, oh come on, I want to see these guys wrestle. And then when they started, it was just like, they're okay. But as each match went on, I was like, man, I really like them. And I think what really put them over was the War Games pay per view.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that match was really good. I don't know if like if you want to watch that match like sometime. It's really really good. It's crazy.
Mm.
So it puts over like everyone that was in that match.
Okay.
No matter who lost or who won, it was good. I liked it. So, but
All right. Yeah.
yeah. You want to go to the predictions after?
Yeah.
Okay, so that that's it for today's show. I hope everyone enjoyed hearing everything, all of our commentary and all our thoughts. If anyone is interested in more stuff, you can always find us on Facebook or on Twitter at Wrestling Lowdown. Be sure to subscribe or comment if you enjoyed everything, and we'll definitely see you with the predictions on our next video.
Yes. And we'll see you guys again.